Hi, good evening everyone, or good morning or good afternoon to everybody who's listening to my presentation. And today I'm going to talk about approach to designing scientific posters, because a poster session is a good opportunity to present yourself and your research in a favorable light, to make contacts and get useful feedback. There will be considerable competition for the audience time. You'll need to capture their attention and communicate your message quickly and succinctly. A successful poster presents you and your work and professionally, along with your institute and your mentor, and it encourages the audience to stop and discuss your work with you and gives them the opportunity to take any detailed information that you've prepared as an handout. So basically, it's important that you learn how to present good posters, impressive posters, so that you learn how to network, you learn how to make great connections within your world, and it's time to meet the pioneers and to make a great collaborative environment. And it's very important to keep certain things in mind while you design your poster, right? Here is an image which I wanted to highlight as the heart of designing a poster, right? So there is this TED talk by Simon Sinek which I constantly get reminded of whenever I learn or whenever I want to create something. And he talks about starting with why. There's a book about it. If you guys haven't read it, you really have to check it out. So he makes a point about whenever you are about to create something, it is most important to address the question of why. Why are you doing this? And how are you going to do this is the next point. And last comes what is that we are doing. So always starting with why is the most important question that you have to ask yourself whenever you go in for any scientific research, right? So I'm going to give you an example of a bad poster. So here's an example where you can see that it's too crowded and posters rarely need abstracts. So this abstract is not supposed to be here. The text dissolves into something very intimidating, boring information which is highly gray, and there are a lot of figures which are very small, and it's too much to take in, and the captions are not aligned with the figures, and lastly it's crammed, and there is a picture of the institute which doesn't really add much to the poster, right? So this is an example, and I am sorry if I offended anybody, but of a bad poster, right? So this is what we are not supposed to do in our posters. So where do we begin? That is the most important question to ask. So there are 3 or 4 questions that you are supposed to ask yourself before you even start, and that is the most important question is, what is the most important or interesting or astounding finding from my research project? Or how can I visually share my research with conference attendees, and should I use charts, graphs, photos or images? And the next most important question is, what kind of information can I convey during my talk that will complement my poster? So there's a dictum among poster presentations that if you got your listener or the person who's viewing the poster to see your poster more than 30 seconds, or he managed to reach the conclusion session in your poster, that means you have a successful poster. So that is the whole point, that people have to have a take home message at the end of your poster, right? So what makes a good poster? So certain highlighting points are necessary for a good poster, and let's check out what they are. So important information should be readable from about 6 to 10 feet away. The title is short and it must draw interest, or it must pose a question to the audience or the person who is viewing it. A word count of about 300 to 800 words is considered optimum for any poster. Of course, this can be a little flexible based on the guidelines provided by the competition or the session where you are participating. The text is clear and to the point. Use of bullets, numbering and headlines make it easier to read. effective use of graphics, colors and fonts. So I'm going to talk about this a little later. So what is effective use of graphics, colors and fonts, and how to match them, and what not to choose. A consistent and clean layout, and lastly it includes acknowledgements, your name, and your institutional affiliation. So this is what makes an excellent poster and is an impressive piece of research for any viewer or for anybody interested in research in that field. Maybe the results are very good, the results are phenomenal, but it is necessary to make it presentable, right? So let me just walk you guys through this talk. So what I'm going to cover is how do you plan the poster, and what kind of layout you choose, and how usually the layout is designed, what kind of fonts to use for different posters, and what kind of colors and color combinations that you can use, or what looks pleasant and what you should avoid, and what kind of images that you can use, and lastly what resources that you can use for your posters and what designs you can choose, and lastly a point on how posters are judged and understanding of that process, right? So I am going to see you in my next video about how posters are made and how do you plan them. So see you soon. Have a nice day, guys.